One day, while we were living in the duplex, my older sister Jungmin called me from Korea. She asked me whether I was a sinner or a righteous person. I was shocked by that question. She had never been interested in God or the Bible before. She only wanted to make a lot of money. I was the one who was religious, diligently going to church. I couldn't understand how she was suddenly talking about these things, and I became curious about what had happened to her. So many thoughts rushed through my mind at once that I couldn't even answer her question. Later, she sent me a monthly magazine from the Good News Church in Korea. I read it and was amazed by a simple saying, "God knows me." Of course, God knows all things. So, naturally, He knows everything about me as well. That's when I realized God had known I was evil from the very beginning. Genesis 6:5 says, "Then the Lord saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every intent of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually." That was how God saw me. Every intent of my heart, only evil continually. And I knew He was right. Before, I hadn't even known that kind of verse existed in the Bible. I had always thought I wasn't perfect, but not that bad either. Yet, through 8 years of married life, I came to see that God's words were true. I was evil continually. I had a desire to do good, but I wasn't able to carry it out. Strangely, my heart felt relieved, knowing that God saw me exactly as I was. I felt like I didn't have to explain anything to Him. I could just rest in silence. Also, I didn't have to try to be better anymore. I had been trying for so long, and I had no energy left to try even one more time. Because God already knew me, He didn't expect me to perform well. The problem had never been God's expectations. It was that I hadn't known myself. I had believed that if I just tried hard enough to follow the 10 Commandments and everything God said to do or not do, I could succeed. But that was not true at all. Another thing that shocked me in the magazine was that God is never frightened or surprised by our sin or the great things we accomplish. He is the one who allowed us to make mistakes. Yet, we are busy condemning ourselves every time we fall short. And on the other hand, when we accomplish something good, our hearts swell with pride, not realizing that God is not amazed either, because He is the one who provided everything that made it possible. Job 35 6 through 8 says, "If you sin, what do you accomplish against him? Or if your transgressions are multiplied, what do you do to him? If you are righteous, what do you give him? Or what does he receive from your hand? Your wickedness affects a man such as you, and your righteousness a son of man." Knowing this truth brought me deep peace. I don't mean that we can sin however we want, but the reality is that even when we try not to, we have lustful thoughts, say words we didn't intend, and act in ways we are not proud of. God knew our wickedness and our weakness, and so He prepared a completely different way to save us from our sins.